After yesterday's game, there is so much to digest, and I have, would you like to call maybe an overreaction Monday video coming up right here, and I got things from different people. I got things from people that listen to my channel and have opinions, and I thought that person's opinion was really interesting. And then you have the voices of people that cover the 49ers. And I'm going to get right to it. I'm going to play the audio of Matt Maiocca talking about the 49ers just mismanagement and poor coaching decisions with the likes of Brian Allen playing corner yesterday and Jimmy not being right, and why Witherspoon didn't just start the game. There's talk that Witherspoon said that he wasn't able to start or able to play, but then came to them halfway through the game and said he'd go in. You have Dante Whitner calling him soft. But what I'm about to play you is Matt Maiocca pretty much just going in on everyone. And it's actually a pretty fantastic thing to listen to. So let me play that for you.
But I don't think that the right decision was to start Jimmy Garoppolo. If at halftime you determine that he's not good enough or he can't protect himself, why was he starting this game? He didn't make it through a complete practice on Wednesday or Thursday. Why was he out there playing if he couldn't protect himself? And then that became apparent in the first half of this game. And as for Brian Allen, none of us even knew who Brian Allen was before he ended up in the starting lineup. A lot of people are going to be criticizing Brian Allen. Don't criticize Brian Allen. Criticize the people who put Brian Allen into that position. It was a no-win position for him. Up from the practice squad on Saturday in the starting lineup, of course the Dolphins are going to go after him. And if Ahkello Witherspoon is healthy enough to suit up for the game, why wasn't he in the starting lineup? There were so many things about this game that absolutely made no sense from a coaching standpoint, from a playing standpoint, from every standpoint. The 49ers looked like a disorganized, horrendous football team.
So, yeah, that is, that's just unbelievable that this team, I don't even know how to put these thoughts into words, but Matt Maiocca hit it right on the head. You know, just a lot of poor decisions. You know, why was a corner that was a street free agent pretty much playing against a team with some pretty damn good wide receivers, right after you plucked him out of the practice squad? Or, why is Ahkello suiting up but can't start, but then says, oh, I can come in midway through the game after the Niners are pretty much done and in a hole? It makes no sense. Just a lot of bad decisions. There's a lot of differing opinions going on right now with things. There's people that think that this is an overreaction. There's people that think that the sky is falling and that the window is closed. I'm not saying that the window is closed, but we got to be realistic about a lot of things. And the one thing I want to be realistic about is Jimmy Garoppolo. I had a viewer leave a comment, and I'm just going to kind of pluck the stuff that's interesting, but he made a lot of good points about Jimmy Garoppolo, and I'm going to kind of read it off to you right now. He pretty much says Jimmy Garoppolo is done. He has to go, cut, or trade him. He's not the same since the ACL tear. Prior to the injury, he was mobile and could scramble outside the pocket, which I agree with. And now you can tell that he plays scared. You can tell he doesn't want to risk another knee injury when he's put into situations where he has to scramble. It's being a rough week or Jimmy having a rough game it's a broken narrative, and I agree. There's no more excuses. He says that it's an injustice to make $27.5 million a year and be subpar. Completely agree. I've been the biggest apologist of this guy, and I'm pretty much sick of it. He says, he would love for us to desperately want us to go after Aaron Rodgers, but that there would be too many hurdles for something like that to ever happen. Plus, he sees him clashing with a guy like Shanahan, which I completely agree with. Both of them are alpha males, and I don't think either would, allow himself to be emasculated by the other one. But I'm also a true believer that Robert Saleh is overrated and that he's only a product of the best players he has, like I said in yesterday's video, and that when he doesn't have all-stars at every position, you could tell that he's not able to make adjustments, not able to change things on the fly. Another note that this viewer dropped in the comments was that he believes that teams studied Shanahan's offense in the past offseason. And, they were calling him a genius last year, but he feels like the offense has been cracked. And that the Niners and especially Shanahan, didn't have enough time during this offseason to adjust and revamp things. The Niners thought they were the best team. They thought they needed to make no changes, whether that be secondary or just anywhere, certain, offensive line, and now they're paying for it. It's right now, maybe it's an overreaction, but we got to look at this the way that it's been presented to us and how how reality really is. And that's the fact that the 49ers are a talented, but a team with a lot of holes. Quarterback is one of those holes. In order to win a championship in this league, you have to have a quarterback right now who can move in the pocket and who can be mobile and who can escape and make plays on the run. And we just don't have that. Russell Wilson has a bad offensive line, but he makes things work. I've been an apologetic for Jimmy for a very long time, and I just don't think the guy has it anymore. I think he's mentally shot more than physical. And then, when it comes to just drafting philosophy, not putting corners at the top of your draft board because it's all about rush and cover, I think that's a philosophy that needs to be changed. Grant Cohn said that last night, and I completely agree with him. You need good corners in this league because if you don't have the rush, you get exposed. You need guys that can cover, guys that can turn their head and make plays on the ball, for crying out loud. It's just, there's a lot of things that this offseason coming can adjust. There can be an adjustment to, and we can be better in the long run. There's one other thing that I want to talk about, and that is some of the highest contracted players on this team and how we could make some cap space by moving them. I'll keep Jimmy Garoppolo out of it, but, his cap number is $26 million. You got Dee Ford with a cap number of $20 million. Laken Tomlinson, $6.25 million. Robbie Gould, $5 million. $5 million for a kicker, for crying out loud. Quan Alexander, $16 million. Weston Richburg, $11 million. I mean, the best way to make changes is to get rid of fat contracts for players that don't really impact your team. I feel like Quan is expendable. I feel like our linebacking core, they could draft somebody to replace him or, whatever. Find a guy that is a little less expensive and make him your backup, because I feel like Greenlaw and Warner are both better than he is. You shouldn't have to pay a kicker that much money. A pass rusher that doesn't play because he's always hurt, that needs to get off the books. And then Jimmy. Unless Jimmy's willing to take a massive pay cut, I say that they have to figure out something with their quarterback position. If this season goes awry, you really have to think about drafting a quarterback in the first round. And if you can get a trade value for somebody and accumulate picks, and then you can build your secondary out too, that would be also awesome. Adjusting, making changes for your offensive line. The offensive line needs a redo, a rehab, a retooling, whatever you want to say. So this is going to be an interesting season. The Niners could effectively go 2-14, 4-12. It's not looking good. And I know a lot of people are probably going to unsubscribe to me and tell me I'm crazy, but I'm just going by what I see with my own eyes. And I know some of you agree with me. So Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I know this is kind of a long-winded video, and let me know if you agree, disagree, and what you think the Niners should do going forward for all these issues that I presented. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later. Have a great day. See ya.